We're ready to start. Are we started yet?
I think the broadcast has started.
I will cut you. I will cut you. Say hello, A.Ron.
So we have one viewer. Cool.
Viewer.
Oh yeah, they probably can't even hear us. So we're trying a couple different things new today. We've got a different camera set up. We're kind of worried about the wide angle. It's got a nice wide angle view angle, and but it's also seemed to be jumping and crappy, so we might have to switch that out. What's the other thing? Oh, also you can tell. I think the broadcast started.
It started all right.
But as you can tell, the light level's a little fucked too. So we're going to be playing around with this. And we also got a cool picture-in-picture, so you can see Jim's pumpkin carving in real time. Second, we've enabled the Q&A app, so we're going to start carving a pumpkin. And if you want us to talk about a particular topic,
If you have any cues for our A's,
we're going to try to get those things answered. So, while we're carving, Jim, I thought one thing we could talk about, since we talk about it a lot, is do we have anything we want to say about podcasting? Because we're almost always bitching and moaning about something.
is it time to carve?
I think it's time to carve.
Just cut up? Okay.
I'm gonna go get this wet because I think that was. So what's your?
Yeah, let's go with that.
We're not going to talk about what we're carving. It's going to be a mystery till the end of the show.
Well, at this point, I made a
although they're going to
pre-show switch. Yeah, they will see what I'm carving.
They're not going to see what I'm carving.
But here's the thing: I've never carved a pumpkin before.
This is on my second pumpkin.
Okay, so I think I'm going to go pretty basic.
Okay.
I was going to try to make a masterpiece, a Sistine Chapel ceiling here.
Uh-huh.
I don't think that's going to work because I don't think I
scared.
have enough leverage on top.
You can't carve scared, man.
You can't. You'll end up cutting yourself. You get all shaky.
Jim Jones going to the emergency room live in the studio.
Yeah, bad news. So I'm going to go with a pretty standard jack-o'-lantern.
I wore a belt today just in case you needed a tourniquet.
Okay,
So,
perfect.
All right. And then you guys will it'll be revealed at the end when we throw the candles in, because we're going to turn the lights out in the studio, light these puppies up and see how we did.
Yep.
So there we go. I'm going to go get my and you're giving me shit for tracing a pumpkin.
Yeah.
This is how it's done, man.
People trace pumpkins? Where's the skill in that?
You carve your Sistine Chapel that you're just going to end up punting, and
I could trace the Sistine Chapel. That's not a problem.
I don't think you could.
You're right. I probably couldn't. I guess we're going to talk about some podcasting stuff too. A.Ron seems to be itching for that. So stay tuned if you're here for pumpkins and podcasting. That's what I'm here for.
What were we going off about the other day? And because
Adam Carolla.
No. We're a member of a podcasting group that's kind of like semi-professional, but it's really open to anyone that's got a podcast, as long as you're not an asshole and you don't try to spam people, which apparently is hard to do because people get kicked off all the time. Then what were we going off about?
Off camera, because we went off about.
Yeah, it's off camera.
Okay.
This isn't what I was talking. I don't want a repeat of last week's lunch with Jim and A.Ron.
No, God no. That's an atrocity. All right.
So my pumpkin technique, and again, I'm not an expert, but I get it stencil, I get it wet, and then I start kind of like poking a jagged line through to give me an idea of the general. It's kind of connect the dots, and I go nuts on the carving.
Yeah, I don't.
We also pre-gutted and cleaned these because that would take forever.
Yeah, I didn't do much gutting though. I didn't really care.
That's interesting about you and me is that the reason we've never carved a pumpkin is because we were, of course, raised as Jehovah's Witnesses. And Halloween is the arch enemy, pagan enemy on the Jehovah's Witness calendar. Like maybe Christmas is higher. But they fucking hate Halloween. I mean, to them, you are channeling demons and you're inviting wicked spirits and you're consorting with the devil by dressing up and getting candy and carving pumpkins.
Which is
a sad time.
Fine by me. I cavort with the devil all the time.
But what was it? Oh, the big thing going on in the podcast community now is
business podcast.
Business podcast. The Get Rich Quick podcast.
Yeah, the business of podcasting podcasts.
Well, that's a very narrowly focused Get Rich Quick type of podcast where it's like,
pay
me $2,000 and I will teach you the secrets of podcasting.
Yeah, you're talking about entrepreneur casts.
And then they'll also say like, I make my living podcasting. Find out how. Well, you make your living talking rubes out of $2,000 to teach them how to podcast when nobody knows what they're doing. Nobody has surefire marketing techniques. And I've heard horror stories where people will pay $2,000 to go to these seminars, and then the guy sitting there telling them is like, oh, you got 14 downloads a week. That's great. That's where you need to be right now. That's an audience. That's something you can build on.
It's technically true. It is an audience.
You don't want to pay someone $2,000 and then have them tell you that 14 people is all right.
Yeah.
The problem is there's just no secret. There's no like trick to landing on new and notable, to getting a podcast following. You just have to do good work on a popular subject and kind of hustle. What do you think about review swapping? Are you aware of that practice?
Yeah, I am. It's bullshit.
Review swapping is where people get together on Reddit and Facebook and other places. And one of the way to hack new and notable on iTunes is, as we've always said, rate and reviews mean a lot in the iTunes ecosystem. The problem is if you get a bunch of noobs that are rate and review each other and inflating their new and notable rank, it kind of games the system and makes it less valuable. So eventually new and notable will be bullshit.
Yep.
The other problem is if you're just starting out podcasting, you probably sound like shit. And you're going to waste.
Yeah, we talked about that last time.
You're going to waste your new and notable sounding like shit. And people are going to be like, oh my God, this is garbage time.
Yeah. You don't want to get a reputation for sounding terrible.
And they're going to check right out. Do you think a lot of the viewers, there's some tension that they're actually hoping that they'll see some blood?
Could be.
This is a bald move audience. They're bloodthirsty bunch.
They are.
They're all about their zombie babies and their beheadings.
This is where the apocalypse starts.
They're dissolving into buckets of acid.
Okay, people. Here's what I got so far. It's the etching of one single eye. Check that out. Can you see that? Is that going to be a big enough eye? That's the cue. Give me an A.
Going interactive, are you?
I might as well. Got nothing to lose. My first pumpkin ever.
It's true. Oh man, the part about you having a wet stencil is it starts when you get into detail, it just starts disintegrating.
Yeah.
And if it slides around on the pumpkin, then forget about it.
Yeah, and you're carving faces where they don't belong.
You're carving Dali shit.
Carving eyes where the tits should be. It's no good. Nobody wants that. Not the person with the eyes, not the person with the tits. Nobody.
There's this one funny guy, though. If you're looking for a laugh on this vein, he started a podcast called Success Face, where it's a parody of these get rich quick guys, and he went all out. His website looks just like one of those guys. You can join they also have this thing called mastermind groups, which is basically Facebook groups that are private, and you have to pay $100 a month to be on, where a bunch of these douchebags hang around and give motivational speeches and stuff. But he does a fantastic job. We were listening to it in the studio yesterday before we did Boardwalk, and we're rolling. And I promptly gave him $1 on Patreon because I wanted to get in on the joke.
Pumpkin face here is a little slouchy. It's going to be the sad pumpkin.
Oh, yeah?
Sad Jack of Pumpkin.
All righty.
This can't go well.
I think I'm about ready to start the carving in earnest. Well, I need to make a note of this feature. How mysterious. What feature is he talking about? All right, this might be a horror show. I don't know. I'm really worried. Because the other thing is I'm doing a negative space pumpkin.
Mm-hmm.
So like the entire structure is going to be supported by one particular feature, and I'm hoping I don't have to resort to toothpicks or other trickery. Oh, that looks fucking cool. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna stop here.
You're done?
It's just downhill from here. I know I could make this a cool pumpkin. Why do I need to go and fuck it up? What else has been on your mind, Jim? Throw you on the spot.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm figuring out what the hell I'm going to do for this pumpkin. Look at that. Oh, pumpkin's even crying. Its juices are leaking out.
That happens.
See that, can you?
That happens. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to knock this thing through.
He's going to have square eyes with triangles coming down from the top. So his eyes look a little droopy, a little mean.
By the way, if you're just joining us, I enabled the Q&A app in the Hangout. I wonder if they can... Yeah, so there should be a link on the YouTube page where you can go and be a part of the conversation. I'm going to click on that and see what it does. And I'm going to say something. Why are you guys such assholes? And then I hit submit. It can also be a statement, I suppose.
Yeah, why not?
And then I think we get it on our side. And I can answer that. Ah, yeah, here we go. Let's select that. And, well, I don't think we're actually such assholes. We play one on the podcast, apparently. Or currently, sometimes. But it's all an act. We're nice guys. And I hit done. And supposedly that's going to actually put the question on the screen as we're answering it. And then make a bookmark.
See it. What is A.Ron carving? I missed it. Select that question and answer it. Yeah.
I'm keeping what I'm carving a mystery until the end of the video. When we light it up and reveal to each other the hideous monstrosities we've created. And done.
You're done?
No, I just done with the question.
Oh.
I'm curious to see how this all works out. Because this is the first time we've done a lot of this stuff. Camera in camera.
Mm-hmm.
Carving a pumpkin. Answering questions live on the pod.
Oh, look at this shit.
The video cast.
Now, how do I get... Do you have something I can poke this out with?
Yeah, a knife. It's called a knife. Use the pommel of your sword there, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, that was actually a hint of what I'm carving.
Well, it wasn't until you said that. Get in there.
Yeah, let all those violent tendencies out. I'm tired of you taking that on me, man.
All right, scissor time. Something with a little more surface area.
Anybody watching going to be at the Walker Stalker Con in Atlanta? Hotlanta?
There we go. Yeah, it's one eye down.
Shane Bowman is saying this is bullshit.
What's bullshit?
Well, it would be a bowman that would be able to know bullshit from not bullshit.
Look at that, baby. It's my first pumpkin eye. Jack-o'-lantern eye.
A bowman. Spot a bowman a mile away. He's usually running a Heisenberg tumbler. It's an HTML 4.0 or I'll be donkey licked. All right, I'm out. I can't keep it up. All right. Oh, this is a great question. Also, speaking of Bowman, he says, are you watching the stream of the Wire Reunion session at the Paley Fest tonight, moderated by Seppenwall? Yes, I am. I don't know if I'm going to watch it in real time or check it out on the archives because there's a ton of stuff I got to do. I got to pack tonight. I got to do a podcast on American Horror with Cecily.
Yeah, we're going to be at Walker Stalker Con. Have we even really told the chat about that?
Yeah, I was just talking about
on the podcast we have.
But yeah, we're going to be going to Walker Stalker Con in Atlanta tomorrow. Getting up, got off early, driving down there. We got the panel at 6. You don't want to do that. The panel's at 6, right?
Yeah, panel at 6 and meet up an hour right after.
They got something cool down there. Eric and James have set up an RV that looks like Dale's RV, I guess, from seasons 1 and 2 of The Walking Dead. Mm-hmm. And they got it set up like a podcast studio. and they said that we can make use of it. And I'm wondering, oh shit, that's right. I gotta be careful which side I'm cutting out.
Negative images.
Negative space. Explore the negative space, A.Ron. I don't know. What do you want a podcast that requires an RV to do it in, Jim?
A prepper podcast, I think, requires an RV.
A prepper? Oh,
uh-huh. I don't know.
Podcast, huh?
I don't really know. How do you do circles? Circles are hard, aren't they?
They are. I mean, so what I did last year, because I did Jack Skellington last year, and he has a lot of round features. So I kind of got it jagged, and then once I got it cut out, I used a dull side of the knife to round it out. Okay. But no, it's straight lines are the way to go. Boink boink. Well, where's the meetup? Okay, I forgot. Let's see. Shane asks, "Where's the meetup in Atlanta?" It's either going to be at the hotel bar in the Westin downtown, or it's going to be at the Hard Rock, which is next door. And unfortunately, I haven't heard the final ruling on where it's going to be, but it'll be one of those two locations, and they're right next door to each other. You don't need a badge to get into either one. So if you don't have a Walker Stalker Con, you just want to stop by, say hi, you can do that. You only need a badge if you actually want to get into the panel. But we are going to at least, we should know that day. By mid-afternoon tomorrow, we'll know exactly. We'll tweet the exact location and time. It's supposed to be immediately after the panel. So the panel's going to end at 7. Probably take us 20, 30 minutes to get, to say hi to everybody that comes up to stage, say hi, and get over there. And then we'll be drinking and hanging out there.
Yep.
Which is easier to moderate this stuff, man.
Well, you're not supposed to be carving pumpkins when you do this stuff, I don't think.
Let's see. For Month of the Dead.
There's an app for that.
Oh, yeah. I don't have to read these questions, but I'm probably going to because I'm not sure how it works. For Month of the Dead, have you guys considered doing a live Google Hangout watch along with one of the movies? I know some of the other podcasts have done a similar thing, and it was extremely successful. Many of them end up at the riff tracks feel. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you something. Get my lobes out.
Yeah.
Did they actually show the movie on a screen? Because we're thinking about how to do that. We've actually had some ideas of how to get that without getting sued. Because the whole thing about a riff tracks or any kind of thing where you're doing a live watch is all about the timing. Because if they're off even a couple seconds, it's not going to make any goddamn sense. We already have that problem when we're playing the live video games. The chat feed is about 30 seconds behind what we're doing. So I can never tell when people are cutting wise what exactly they're cutting wise about. So, and then I also have to keep in mind when I'm talking to them that they're not going to hear what I say for 30 seconds. It's like talking to somebody on the fucking moon. But yeah. So how did they do that? I think I would certainly be open to something like that. And we are working on the technology because something we want to get done actually and do some beta testing before this season's even over is the ability to watch The Walking Dead live with us. Like, be on the couch with Jim and A.Ron during their first watch through. But obviously there are issues with that. Namely, AMC does not want us live broadcasting their stuff on the internet. And we got to figure out, we got a couple systems on how to stay in sync that we've got planned out. But if anybody's done it better another way, love to hear it. Is Romero's work in the public domain?
Night of the Living Dead is, yeah.
No shit.
Yep.
We can just fucking throw that up and do it.
Yep.
Thing is, it's like the riff tracks guys have actually done that, and is pretty good.
Yeah, everyone's done that because of that.
Yeah.
Because it's not.
You don't need permissions.
Yeah.
Just rip off the poor guy. How is that in the public domain? Did they fuck up the rights? Because he's not dead, clearly.
Well, that's debatable. So when they made the movie, they called it Night of the Flesh Eaters.
Yeah.
And when they changed the title card, they pulled the copyright off the title card. The company that changed the title card for them.
Yeah.
So when they distributed it, there was no copyright in the film.
Oh.
And so it just became public domain. Which I don't know how that works because clearly someone made it. And clearly they're in the credits. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how copyright works, but yeah,
Me.
he's
Obviously we
George
don't.
Romero's talked a lot about that, and you can tell he's bitter, like, but he's not overly bitter.
I would
He's
think.
about as bitter as you'd expect him to be
Yeah.
because someone else fucked it up and it became huge, and now he's getting no money for it.
But on the other hand, he also is getting paid. I mean, George Romero.
Off of the subsequent stuff he did, yeah.
Right.
We should have got paid off Night of the Living Dead.
No, I'd totally agree with you on that. I'll try to do something here, because if I just try to freehand this giant carb, it's not going to go well for me, I don't think.
All right, back to the scissors.
Whoa. Keep your head there, Pumpkin. Keep your head. Wah. Yeah.
That's right. That's right, Pumpkin. You got nothing. I am the master of this operation, Pumpkin, not you. You will do as I say. And I say that you want one of your teeth knocked out.
Damn. So what? I got to record a podcast
Boom.
with you for one of the movies next week.
Yep. You gotta
Which
get
one
on
is it?
Dawn of the Dead, which means there are 2 movies.
Is that the one with
watch.
Is that the one with the cowboy zombie?
Cowboy zombie?
Yeah.
You
know what I'm talking about, right? The zombie they taught how to shoot guns or something.
No, that's Day of the Dead. That was Bub. He's not a cowboy though. He's
got a cowboy holster, right? And he wears a hat and boots.
What are you talking about?
I thought because I saw that movie once when I was like 12 years old, and I remember my takeaway was there's a zombie.
Did you
cowboy.
watch Toy Story right after it? Like what? A zombie? No, there's no zombie cowboy, man. Maybe you're thinking of a different movie.
Maybe.
Or you just lost your goddamn mind.
Maybe you're just fucking with me. Did you ever think of that?
Could be.
Okay.
What else are you guys watching but aren't casting about?
Homeland. I mean, we're casting kinda. I mean, if you keep up with it anyway. I'm kind of interested in seeing, because we both watched the first 2 episodes.
Yeah, but we podcasted about Homeland.
We did, but I'm saying, like, I think we were both kind of like, what the fuck? Why was Sepinwall so out of his goddamn mind about how awful it was?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
I thought it was pretty good too. And I think that child endangerment angle was one problem, because he's a parent and that's pretty hard to watch. But I thought it was great. I thought it was great drama, you know. You know, didn't feel exploitative. It felt like something that her character would organically do. Yeah,
she's crazy.
Trying to think anything else I'm watching and not. One thing I've been wanting to talk about. Let me actually select this question so it actually shows up in bookmarks. One thing I've been wanting to talk about is Outlander.
Okay, yeah.
I don't get that show at all. And I don't know if it's because I'm a guy and it's aimed pretty directly at women, or it's like a weird thing where it's a mystical time travel movie, but she really like travels 60 years back in the past.
Okay.
You know, it's like she was in World War I, just after World War I, and then she's in 1850 something. In the same place. So I think they're in Scotland. There's a lot of kilts and stuff. There's a lot of, you know.
That's usually a giveaway.
Yeah.
Kilts. You're in Scotland.
But it's interesting because they're also
you're at PAX.
They're also playing a lot of this, you know, like guys are sexist back then. But like she's from 1918. Dudes were I don't even know if women had the right to vote then. Maybe.
She went back 60 years and she's from 1918?
Yeah.
So she's in the 1850s?
She's in the 1850s. And she's just incredulous at how kind of like, you know, piggish the men are. But I'm like,
yeah, they were assholes in 1915 too.
Surprise, guys are assholes today, by and large.
Sure.
You know, we keep making progress, but long way to go, men. So I'm watching that, but I've only watched the first couple episodes, and then I don't know if my girlfriend were into it, I'd probably keep watching it, but even she was kind of meh. So, but a lot of people love that. Like I listened to Molly Lambert's, and Tess Lynch's from Grantland's Girls and Hoodies podcast, and they they love it. They're all about it.
Huh.
So, but I'm watching that. What about you, Jim?
Uh,
Watching any garbage television?
yeah, I watch a lot of it. I watch a bunch of stuff on Netflix.
Oh God.
What have I been watching lately? I watched Through All Californication, but we talked about that.
Yep. Can people see what I'm carving here?
I don't know. You want a camera?
No. I just want to see if they're actually being able to see what I'm carving, and they
You
can't.
don't want them to. Gotcha.
Okay, follow up on that one thing we're talking about. It says the way they do it is they essentially do a time sync up. They have always picked movies on Netflix and then just tweet out when they should hit play. There is some lag, but still pretty fun. That's one thing that
that's got to be a lot of lag.
Well, but I mean, they're saying it's still fun. So like, one of the problems we have is we're both perfectionists. It actually it causes physical pain to even have this kind of camera feed going where it's not, you look like you just have a massive fucking hand. That's pretty cool. And sometimes we kind of like, we let perfect be the enemy of good. So we're like, oh, we got to have a solution where people can tell right away where we're at so they don't get lost or nobody will give a shit. And maybe we're wrong about that. I don't know. Probably. Oh man, I wish I'd done this before I cut the whole part out because this is a bitch. I'm going to break this off. I just know it.
All right.
But no, I mean, like I said, Night of Living Dead's a no-brainer. Just again, I feel like that might be a little played out.
Probably.
Any other public domain zombie flicks?
Not that I know of. I mean, I'm sure there are 1,000 of them. If there is such a thing as public domain, then zombie flicks are certainly.
You know what would be fucking sweet is to go back and do like the silent version of Nosferatu or Phantom of the Opera.
I really want to do those Merlin or whatever things that we saw.
Yeah, so
that are actually public domain.
One of the things we saw is there's some public domain, old golden age of Hollywood, like short serials, like Indiana Jones style serials, except for they're set in King Arthur's court. They're really well made, but they're ludicrous. And that would be a fun, like, kind of Patreon thing to do.
Yep, I think so.
Let's see here. All right, about 30 minutes in, and I'm feeling pretty good about this process, Jim.
Me too. I'm almost
feeling like
done.
this thing's coming right along. Are you serious?
Yep.
Shit.
I told you I simplified. I'm no longer
really choked up on that bat, brother. You really choked up on it.
Yeah, but I think you'll like it once you see it.
Are you pandering?
I am.
Are you talking to me or are you talking to the audience?
Talking to everyone.
Everybody.
I'm going to post this on YouTube, get 1 billion hits. Watch me carve a pumpkin, guys. All I got to do is scream like a child, right?
Yeah.
My hit count, watch my hit count go up.
Go the Markiplier route.
Yep.
Oh my God. I fucked up this pumpkin. Yeah, they're fucked up color balance. The blood would look like it's marmalade.
Mine looks like that anyway.
You might want to lay off the marmalade.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, clean your teeth. Clean your teeth. You got some plaque built up there.
Yeah, I got some guts hanging on here on the inside walls. What are you trying to do to me, huh?
Come on now. Come on. Oh, I was thinking for Thanksgiving. We fry I do a turkey frying tutorial.
All right. Deep fried.
Whoa, game changer.
What?
I've been informed by Cal Jr., I think.
Oh, my God.
That Debbie Does Dallas is in the public domain.
Look at this shit.
Kabang.
What do you think about that?
What the fuck is that?
That's the bald move jack-o'-lantern.
You choked way back.
The bald move a lantern.
You choked way back, my friend. In fact, I might have to give you the Heimlich.
I'm going to
You choked so far back.
It's my first pumpkin. What do you want? What do you want? I'm not Picasso. Might give him a nose.
Please do. Please do. I'm about 5 minutes away or so.
All right.
Yeah, not going to be quite as dramatic reveal with your pumpkin being lit up, I don't think. Look at me talking shit about your pumpkin. You're going to sit there and take it?
I don't give a shit. That's the problem.
Oh, well.
You're talking about
I think we all can see that, Jim.
That I don't give a shit?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not there. Oh
yeah,
that looks. Take
that looks like a thing.
A little bit off his
That looks like a thing, people. All right, let me just clean up the edges a little bit. Oh shit! I'm moving the mic, all that kind of stuff. Man, I need to find some more podcasts because for whatever reason, I'm finding myself doing a little bit more driving of late. Because, well, mostly because my son's back in school and I got to take him, drop him off in the mornings, and I'm running out of stuff. And like I've tried Neil deGrasse Tyson's Star Talk, and it just it's so hit and miss. It's not like Bill Simmons when he's on. I know 90% of the time I'm going to listen to his full cast. Dan Carlin, of course. I'm trying to think some of the other podcasts like Girls in Hoodies, but there's like even with like Eric and Jesse stuff and Geraldine and Amy and Susan stuff, I've only got about 6 hours of the podcasts to listen to, and I need another like 2 hours to feel comfortable. Like I've started like listening to stuff I don't really even give a shit about, like Pardon the Interruption on ESPN, just to have something going. Does anyone have any suggestions for? Do you have any suggestions for me? I'm kind of personality driven.
No, like, yeah, you're a little weird.
It's not just information. It's got to be information delivered by a person that sounds like I kind of want to have a beer with them or something. Speaking of scary shit, do you see what our cameras just did?
I did.
I don't know if that's actually in the. I hope that's not in the stream. I hope that's just some live artifact.
Nope, it's probably the devil. The devil in the camera.
Well, carving our first jack-o'-lanterns, and you've invited Satan into the studio, Jim.
Yep.
What have we done? What have we done? This is no good. Very bad pumpkin carving. Podcast suggestion. We're Alive. That's the zombie one, right?
Yeah, I listened to that. That was good.
Been thinking about getting into that or Welcome to Night Vale. Cecily said that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll check that out. How much content does that turn out a week? Is We're Alive done or are they still going on?
They're done.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Casey Whalen's in our podcasting group as well. He's the guy who made it.
Huh. Did he do all right with that? Is he doing more?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know that he's doing more, but I know he did all right with it.
Skeptic's Guide to the Universe. I actually subscribed to that, and it's another one that I find myself zoning out and not like at least half the time, halfway through the podcast, I realize I've driven 10 miles and not listened to a word they say. And I don't know why that is, but I mean, it's a little bit of preaching to the choir because I've been a skeptic since like I first saw James Randi on Johnny Carson. So it's like, and I've got several books, and it's like some of this stuff is just either general science or I don't have much interest in debunking woo at this point. Like I've heard it all.
Yeah, kind of know it when you hear it.
Yeah, I mean, so that's the problem I have with that. Last Man on Earth, 1964, while not exactly zombies, is in the public domain.
Interesting.
I bet there's an article on Wikipedia that has all the public domain shit. We should hit that by decade. We should hit that and then come up with a plan because that would be a lot of fun. We did do a Riff Tracks feature for a Star Trek episode, a Star Trek Next Generation episode that I thought was really funny because we recorded it and then I didn't get around to finishing it like a year later because we had so many technical problems and stuff. And as I was editing it, I was laughing out loud.
All right. I gave him some Velociraptor nostrils here.
All right. I might clean this up a little bit more, but I want to kind of see how it's. Are we ready for the big reveal?
I've already revealed, man.
Well, I bet you're going to like shut the lights off in the studio.
Yeah. You want me to come in for the close-up with this camera here?
Hold on a second. Let me get the environmentally friendly, not burn down the goddamn studio candle going. Let's see what this looks like. Whoa. Come on. All right, shut the light off, Jim. Shut off the lights.
Ooh, it's fucking spooky in here. Look at that. Now that's impressive.
The eye doesn't come through. I'm gonna have to do some more work.
Get some toothpicks.
I'm gonna have to do some more work on the eye. But yes, House Stark. Winter is coming, bitches. Don't you forget. What's yours look up?
So that's what you get when you trace.
I will take tracing every day.
Now let's see what you get when you don't trace.
Here.
Give me that candle. Oh man. Pumpkin guts.
Yeah, don't feel like a fool. I mean, there's not that many people watching. We're just getting this stuff started. So
I don't feel like a fool. You're trying to make me, but honestly, it's not working.
No, I'm talking to the commentator. Everything's about you.
Look at that shit.
Self-conscious about saying a lot of stuff on the question thing.
Got it.
That's a bald move pumpkin. It's got the 4 pips.
Right? Except I can't get
It's got the Picard pips.
the angle. God, the angle.
It's backwards.
I know, which is fucking with me. Look at that.
Yeah, if I could take your nose and post it on my direwolf, then it would be good to go.
A perfect eye.
Yeah.
Had to make surprisingly big holes for those nostrils, which barely show.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
All right. Let's get back to the lights, yeah?
Scary. Yeah. Okay, let's see here. So I gotta moderate some shit. Yeah, I just don't see how, like, if people were asking like a question every 10 seconds, I wouldn't be able to keep up. There should be a way to just like swipe left, swipe left. Thank you for the nice direwolf, A.Ron, by Chris there. Let me see if I can clog through that. Winter is coming, indeed. Oh, that's cool. People can upvote people's questions.
And we can delete them permanently. Awesome.
Let the cream rise to the crop.
Right, rise to the top. I think it's the top.
Brett Eaton Ellis. Wait, I'm gonna do this correctly.
Never heard of him.
Brett Eaton Ellis's podcast is pretty good. What is it about? I've never heard of it either. Can you fill us in on some background there? There's got to be a hotkey for that. That's the other thing, is there's probably a hotkey just covered in pumpkin juice at this point in time. Are we going to set these on the edge of the desk for the rest of the month?
Yeah, why not?
All right. We also need to get, I think we should get like a mailbox for the Lunch with A.Ron's going, so people can like send us stuff they want to hear us talk about.
Okay. That was fun. That was easy.
Well,
I mean,
I don't want to hurt your feelings, but Jack's first pumpkin was slightly upgraded over that.
How so?
I mean, he had the
Did he have a mouth, a nose, and an eye?
A nose and 2 eyes, sure.
So the jagged tooth smile is your real complaint with my pumpkin.
And technically, the circles are probably more technically challenging.
Nope. Apology not accepted.
All right. This is what's left of the dire wolf.
Oh man.
This is this represents Robb Stark's Northern Kingdom. It's soggy and in tatters.
That was cool.
Let's see. It says controversial best-selling author and screenwriter Brett Easton Ellis delivers a weekly glimpse into one of the popular culture's most fascinating minds. The entertainment industry's top writers, directors, actors, musicians will join Brett to discuss the issues something. All right, I'll give it a try. Shane's saying it's cool. I'll give it a check out. Plus, I feel like he owes us $5 for that ad. I'm gonna send him an invoice.
Okay, yeah.
We're coming for you, Brett.
It's gonna cost us more to send him an invoice than the invoice is worth.
Less than 0. Holy shit! I don't know what that is either.
Is now a true bald move pumpkin.
How so? What'd you do to it? Yeah. Have a drink on me, Starks. And let's fill it full of booze and set them on fire.
Oh my God.
Just flames rolling out of their mouths. That'd be badass.
That would be super cool.
I'm not saying I'm gonna do that off camera, but I might do that off camera.
Why do that off camera?
Because if it goes horribly wrong, I don't want to be burnt to death on camera.
How would it go horribly wrong? Get a fuse, man. Don't walk up to it.
I'm in here in this studio.
No, not in the studio.
Okay.
Jesus. Take it outside.
Well, when you say
on the
right
lawn.
now, I'm thinking right now.
No, not right now. God, no.
So yeah. What else we got to say, Jim? It's getting to be about time.
I don't know. I mean, we've only been doing this for 45 minutes, right?
Yeah. You guys got anything else you want us to say? I thought the pumpkin carving would take slightly longer, honestly.
Bret Easton Ellis wrote American Psycho.
Oh.
And he has a podcast. Damn, that's cool.
Now that would be that I know. American Psycho. That's the one with Batman in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that one I know. Because for the longest time, I thought American Psycho and Psycho were the same movie. Or it was like a remake. Because they also had a Vince Vaughn remake at about the right same time.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Yeah. Super confusing.
Hmm.
Super confusing. It's like when all the Dragon movies came out at the same time.
So deleting the question permanently.
It's the only way I know to, because what I wish there was a thing like select and not answer. Can you guys not swear? Wait, can we not swear? I don't know why you fucking couldn't. There might be some YouTube or not YouTube, Amazon.
Or maybe they're requesting that we don't swear and you just insulted them.
Oh. Well, in that case, no, we cannot not swear.
Literally impossible.
But what? Patreon hit $500?
No, get out of here.
No, unless someone donated $120.
I saw somebody donated 20, so that was cool.
Oh my God.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
All right, forum time, baby. Forum time.
Someone just kicked in $120.
Oh, the WBDC shows. That's a good question.
Wow.
Super interested in The Flash. Interested in Arrow. I hear it's pretty good.
Yeah, I do want to check out Arrow. I want to check out Flash before our next Bald Move TV podcast.
I do too. Yeah,
I'm gonna load up a bunch of stuff on my Surface
for the drive.
Let Cecily drive, and we can sit in the back seat and watch shows and giggle, hold hands.
Whatever. I'm a little worried because they're on WB, and WB does not have the reputation that it maybe should have.
Oh yeah, we should have. So we're going to select this answer. If you're at the bookmark to hear us answer this question, back up about a minute because we talked about it.
Oh, my pumpkin's getting drunk.
I think Gotham's really good though. Have you seen any of Gotham?
No.
It's not really good. It's better than I expected. Oh man, we got to get we thought we'd had at least another week to go on that forum stuff, so now we got to get it going.
Pumpkin cam is getting wobbly.
Huh? No, I don't know. It could be that because I feel like there was an option for us to set moderation up. And there's a couple like words that we could say that nobody could say, and I think we chose a few racial and sexual epithets.
But
fuck was not one of them.
No, certainly not. We say that way too much.
It's such a great word. It's a
so we hit $500. How is that even possible? We were at $385 this morning.
Someone kicked in $145.
Thank you, Shane Bowman. No, I don't actually know who that was, but thank you, whoever you are.
Yeah,
God,
I don't know, man. That's crazy.
It's probably Dr. DeVito. Probably Dr. DeVito. He wants
another ad.
Yep, he wants to talk about how he's moved his practice to the moon.
Yep.
He's now
didn't we already
fighting
do the moon
intergalactic
practice?
plaque.
Didn't we already do the moon practice?
We did. Yeah.
Okay, I thought so.
Yeah.
Lunar molars, lunars, lumars. Wow. So yeah, we gotta get going on the forum stuff.
As soon as we get back from Walker Stalker, we'll have to do that.
Yeah, I mean,
it should be easy. We're gonna use this service called Vanilla. It's what like Penny Arcade uses for their forums, and it's really robust.
Yeah, it's got all
really expensive, which is why we had to set the milestone for it. But it looks awesome. You can gamify it. It should be fun. And I think it's
plus
set
all
up
the
well.
integration login. So it's like if you already got Facebook or
site.
Google or even a Bald Move log on, any way you got, it'll let you log in.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty excited about that.
This camera.
Yeah,
we're
gonna have to take it out behind a woodshed and see what's going on. It could be that your USB hub, because we actually have 3 cameras and we're going to go with an inset of both of ours, but our USB hub fried and like half the ports don't work. So it could be that as well. We got a new USB hub coming in today, so we'll see. Next week we should have 3 camera angles, one on you, one on me, and a wide angle.
Yep.
And I might get fancy.
One on the pumpkin.
Because I can do some directorial stuff. Like
I think we should replace our heads with pumpkins.
Oh,
can you...
Bald Move logo. What do you think of that? Camera not available.
Fucker. All right, here's what we're gonna do.
There we go. Just a wide angle now. Get rid of that pumpkin cam.
No. Give me pumpkin cam.
All right, there's your pumpkin cam. Look at that. That's fucking cool. This is XSplit. Whoa. If you guys are wanting to do something like this, XSplit is the way to go.
Okay, so take my camera and drag it onto my head. Make it a little smaller.
Make it okay.
Yeah.
Whoop. Oh shit! It won't let me drag it off screen.
Let's squeeze the sides in. Yeah.
There you
go. We should have on Halloween. We should do a podcast with both of us set up like this.
Yes.
You with direwolf head, me with pumpkin, Bald Move jack-o'-lantern head.
Can I add the camera again?
Take a screenshot of this. I think this is funny.
Oh, I'll get one. Yes, here we go. God, we're children.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take the time to crop. No, I guess I will. Because what else am I gonna do?
Yeah, we got the time.
How do I do this?
Our viewers have the time.
I don't think they're seeing me how I'm doing this. It's just kind of like, whoa, it's just kind of happening, right? Left.
Yeah,
right.
they can't see the overlay, so
sweet.
You're good.
There we go. Now I'm a pumpkin head too. And fittingly, my pumpkin head is much huger than yours. There you go. This is going to be our Halloween cast.
Yeah, I think so. All right, that's fitting.
Except for I want my dire wolf.
Yeah. We'll set up 2 cameras.
So we'll set the cameras in the closet, shut off the lights so they're actually lit up and everything, and we'll just put that over our heads.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So that's actually making me sick now.
All right.
Let me just delete this, disable that one. Boom. Boom.
There we go.
Right. You got to go back and see what the people are saying. It's racial. Oh my God. It's racial. It's racial epithets, not epitaphs. Well, good luck at getting me to remember that, man. Remind me 5 more times over the next year or so, and it might sink through my head.
Martinez.
Jim. Are you guys Jericho fans?
No.
Never seen it.
Neither have I.
That's disappointing.
Yeah,
I heard good things about it, but it's like,
yeah. There's so many shows to watch. So many shows. I can't be a fan of all of it. You know?
The other thing, man, is I caught a couple episodes of Sleepy Hollow because it got me lured in after Gotham. That show is pretty fucking cool. It's got it's the effect. I don't know how much their effects budget is and what they spend it on, but the effects work is really, really top notch. Like, I don't understand why sci-fi can't do a better job with what they're doing on Fox. Maybe because Fox has got a much bigger budget. But there you go. You just popped the top off.
Okay.
Fun fact, we didn't have any. We bought those things, didn't realize they're not battery included. And no one uses 9-volt batteries, so we actually robbed one from one of Jim's smoke detectors. So if he burns to death tonight, you guys can just feel really bad.
It's all for the fans.
All for the fans. It's all for you, Damien. All right. I think I'm about lunched out.
Okay. Sounds good. That was fun.
Yeah. We passed, something must be working. We passed $500 while we're doing this.
This is why I'm certain
40 hours a week. I mean, with the money we'll roll in, we'll have Steve Jobs money for so long. All right, so
we'll have to do this more often. Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. We're going to try to get a Pacific time lunch in before the end of the month. I'm not sure if it'll be next week or the week after. So like a 4 p.m. type of deal, Eastern time, maybe 5 p.m. A dinner with A.Ron for the East Coast folks. Dinner with A.Ron and Jim. But until next time, again, thanks for supporting us.
Yeah.
and all the cool stuff you let us do. And we'll see you around the next time. I don't know how to end these things.
And we'll see you around the next time. All right. Thanks, everybody.